feet. A little over 8, 8.5 maybe.
So you for sure she's 8 feet? Just go right here. Buttercup, we gotta measure you. Hey, Buttercup, you are 8.5 feet. Okay, so what does that do to our measurement?
I don't know.
Daddy's getting some lungs for Buttercup's doll, and he's getting a big workout out of it. That's a big load of lugs there. Dad, you need help?
I don't think you've had a better neighbor. We have two of the best neighbors ever.
We've always had really good neighbors, but wow.
He heard about our problem yesterday and said, I'll be there tomorrow.
No,
Can I buy something today? What are you selling?
we're selling hay for Mommy's house. And every time you guys milk, and every time you guys milk, we go get hay from the barn and we take it over.
They're gonna sell us hay every time we milk the cat.
For $5.
Yeah.
Done. I'm in.
So cute.
What a great deal.
Or it can just be $1.
I was telling Dave, I said I sold popsicles, I sold lollipops, I sold lemonade, and they're selling hay to their neighbors. The difference is we grew up in a subdivision in the city. Did you?
We were very suburban.
Yeah, very
family.
suburban.
Yep.
When you
Fast-paced
can
road.
drive a tractor over to your neighbor's house safely,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah,
country road.
so I feel like the jobs that they get to do with their family and neighbors is a little different than ours. Look at them carrying their hay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in heaven. I'm so thankful for my neighbor. How close are we? Is it bark from a tree? Yeah, it's tree bark, bud.
Oh.
Yeah. You know what that'll make? Good kindling.
I need to collect all these tiny sticks and big sticks.
Okay, please do.
Because I'm making a cabin with sticks, and then for the leaves, I'm gonna do the roof.
Oh my gosh, I want to see your cabin. What did you find? A pencil? A stencil. A crystal.
We're gonna paint the whole yard this color. What do you think?
I'm not sure if you can hear me, but we were blessed incredibly much today by my neighbor who came over yesterday. If you can't hear me, I'll tell this story here in a moment. It's a pretty great story of just great neighbors being great for each other. And just like that, he's heading on home. Man, oh man, what a neighbor. Chloe, what do you think, girl? He happy? What a massive blessing. He said, hey, he turned it off, he turned the engine off. He says, okay, I'm done. And he had been here about 3 hours. We got to help him fix part of his tractor while he was here. His battery cable connector disconnected from his battery, so we were able to help him fix that while he was here. But he did that for 3 hours. We saved nearly $1,000 from a quote that we had, and I'm just truly grateful. It does certainly show me how much we could use a small little tractor. I move a lot of stuff with our hands and our ATV and shovels and wheelbarrows, and let me tell you, it takes weeks sometimes to do what he can do in a half an hour. We try to meet a lot of needs of our neighbors in our community. It's just such a blessing when people can meet ours. The kids were outside and got to see what it looked like to serve others, and to be served is such a blessing. It's not something that we ask for. Right before his bowling league last night, he came over and saw it, and he goes, "Oh, I'll be here tomorrow morning, first thing in the morning, and we'll knock it out in a couple hours." And I thought, you don't really have to do that. He goes, no, let me help you. And I just like, it's so hard sometimes, especially in this day and age, to find people and neighbors like that just are willing to help. Because he just did that, I can get the poles in now, I can cement them into the ground and get them level, and we can get Buttercup's place together. Now that we saved that money, spend it on the materials to get the full lean-to done. I'm so thankful. It just may be an encouragement to you that, you know, just have those conversations with your neighbors. Dave even walked in, he goes, "Okay, you owe me $12 in diesel, maybe 14, the price just went up." And I thought, Dave, I'm gonna make sure that you're compensated correctly. And he said, no, you don't want money. And I said, well, then I'm gonna give you a lot of eggs and meat and whatever vegetables we can produce, whatever we can give back to him. And so, goodness, they're just such kind people, and I'm so thankful for them. It's kind of be hard to take the smile off my face today, because I feel so blessed. I feel so grateful. I feel so unworthy of that kind of generosity, but at the same time, I receive it, and I'm just beyond grateful, and it makes me just want to go and serve others and serve his family in any way that I can. And blown away. I'm thankful, because this project needed to happen months ago. We weren't able to get it done. And equipment, I mean, we could have had it done if we had had the right equipment. I hope I can find some ways to repay my neighbors. May that be an encouragement to you to go and be a blessing to your neighbors. I'm gonna need a little more help when it comes to putting the rafters in and things like that, but I can do what I can do, and then I ask for help when I need help. And I hope that's an encouragement to you somehow. I'm gonna get inside, see what the kids are up to, and talk to you in a minute. Can you do that again?
Okay, this is no joke. Drink cups found in the yard. Lots of coffee cups, some other water cups. They're collected. Hello, friends. I am in the same attire from last vlog because I went on a tangent this morning. So if you missed it, I was talking about some results that we got. But we're spending the rest of the day staying nice and busy. We just finished up some school, and now we're getting outside while Cassidy is finishing up her nap. And we are getting outside to build our barn for our cow, for our pigs, for our future chickens, for all the animals, all the things. And I'm so excited how this is going to eventually turn out.
Lean-to.
It is a lean-to, so it is coming off of our barn. So this lean-to is going to give some nice shelter for this winter. We had a makeshift shelter for our cow, and yes, there are some places and homesteads and farms, and probably a lot of the ones you'll see on Instagram, with a nice high budget and everything looks beautiful. But you know what? You get to know people in your community, in your area, and not everyone has this perfect, beautiful setup, but you can still have animals. We just want to make sure that they have a safe place to be. So cows, if I just gave Buttercup the shelter of the trees, that would have been fine. But we ended up giving her extra shelter by letting her go underneath our deck for the summer and for the fall. Yeah. But now for the winter, we want to make sure cows can be wet, cows can be cold. Dairy cows are a little bit more sensitive and being a little bit more delicate, and being wet and cold is not ideal. So we are building this lean-to so we can make sure the slats in a deck, rain can get through there. And so we want to make sure that when it's cold, she is not wet and cold. So she is going to have a nice solid structure coming out from our barn. That this was here when we moved into the property. The lean-to we are adding on to. And I'm really excited for the design. We're gonna kind of do a slow build. So when you have dreams and ideas, it's very easy to just come up with an idea and just go for it. And it might turn out great, but you might end up with some, I wouldn't say mistakes, but maybe you didn't take the chance to learn before making final decisions. And for our lean-to and for grazing Buttercup, we have really learned different places on our property. We have learned about water flow. We have learned a lot. And so now we feel a lot more comfortable making a more permanent structure. Well, I guess everybody needs to have a little hiccup. When you're building something big, all the measurements are on except for one post. So we're just gonna pull that one out 4 to 6 inches.
The hole was correct.
The hole was right. It was where it was at in the hole.
Because the auger that our friend Dave came yesterday with was a 8 or 10 inch auger. Ours is a 6.
It was a big hole.
So like you could actually fit multiple 4x4s in it.
Sure, sure.
We went on the wrong side of the hole, which is fine.
But then we fixed it and now the rest are perfect.
Pull it out.
We're gonna fix this one. Poor Philip.
Honestly, for only having one mistake so far.
One mistake so far. That's pretty good. Here's the vision. Here's the beautiful vision. We're using the back of the barn as the main wall, and then we'll have 2 side walls, and then it'll come out a little bit further and have like an open, for those of you who went to school in a state that didn't have extreme weather, your hallways at public school, anyways, at least where I went to school, is you would have open hallways. So that's what this is gonna be. It's gonna be an open hallway or an open lean-to outside of the stalls, right here. Eventually into here will be our milk room, and eventually from the lean-to, this open area off of the lean-to, as I'm walking out, all of this will be an open corral where she can walk to outside area. And then from here, if you see these 2 trees, let's see where all the rock is right now. This eventually will be a walkway where the corral will actually open into this driveway, and there will be pretty much a permanent walkway right here, and she will be able to walk out through a run and go down to the different pastures. Ooh, okay. Don't sting me. Okay, thank you. For me, sometimes it's a little painful that social media and television and screens and movies and all the things can make, sorry, the wind, can you hear me? It can make projects look like they're no big deal. It's only gonna take you an afternoon. Well, realistically, this has taken us multiple days of measurement, verifying with somebody that this is a good setup, flattening it out, grading the area, and now posts in the ground. However, we do not have the luxury to be on a big budget of hiring things out, so we will be doing all of this ourselves. And Philip's going to be building a big, huge barn all by himself, with us helping as much as we can. Okay, well, we finished barn project for the day with some low blood sugar, so therefore we just had a 3 o'clock dinner, and we'll have a mini dinner later. And now it is time to milk. You do not have to milk at 6 a.m. like the movies. We are calf sharing, and so Buttercup's calf is on her 24/7. We do not separate them, and we milk her out once a day to relieve the extra milk that genetically Jersey cows will make. He is not eating all of her milk. Eventually, I will invest in some milk pails and a milking tote, but for now, I'm using everything that I have in my kitchen that's seamless. I have some stainless steel bowls. I have my really big stock pot. I'm using just our normal buckets as our washing pail. Right now, we are milking her without a stanchion. Partly, I always felt like it would be so nice to have a cow that was so well behaved that you wouldn't even need a stanchion per se, but she was so steppy in the stanchion, it was actually kind of a big, I wouldn't say risk, but the first day I just felt in my heart, let's just try it. And she did amazing. She was so steppy in that stanchion because it's kind of slippery under there. The headlock wasn't her favorite. Now we milk her in the field and she pretty much stays still. At least her back feet don't move. Other than maybe the very end, we're still training, we're still learning. I'll try to set you up from over here. Try not to upset her too much. And let's see what we can capture. Hang on, maybe I'll put you against the fence.
Wesley!
On the camera.
Wesley! No.
Babe. Good girl, baby. I messed up. We learned that if we give her some hay with her feed, she goes slower. So I think there's dainty cows, and then there are aggressive eaters, and Buttercup is an aggressive eater. She finished that in 5 minutes. So don't vlog and forget, we put hay in her bucket first and then her feed, and then it takes her a lot longer, slows her down. So that was a little more steppy.